Once we know the area on which we can construct our document, the next thing we want to consider is the physical appearance of our content. If we kind of follow our house building analogy, this is not picking out the actual tile for the bathroom or carpet for the living room or lamps. Instead, it's deciding on the general feel that we want. In Word, we do this by configuring our theme. Actually, in all of Office, we do this by configuring our theme. In the Office 2010 Shared Features series, we talked extensively about the fact that themes consist of 3 components: fonts, colors, and special effects. We can see these from the Page Layout tab on the far left side in the Themes group. The theme itself, as well as the 3 different components that I just mentioned. We know that we can choose from predefined themes by clicking on the drop-down. We also know that we can kind of create an ad hoc theme by going to each one of these different categories and choosing or customizing our own. In addition, we also know that we can import themes, and that's what we want to do here. The You Got It training company already has a theme created, and we're supposed to use that across our documents to ensure they're consistently formatted with our branding, including things like colors and fonts. So we're going to import a theme file from our Chapter 2 Project Files folder to use in this document. We do that by simply clicking on the drop-down for Themes, coming all the way down to the bottom where it says Browse for Themes, navigating to our desktop if we're not already there, going into our Project Files folder, double-clicking on Chapter 2, and there we should see something called You Got It Theme. We'll go ahead and give that a double click. Even though we can't see that anything has happened, that theme has just been applied to the document. We know that the colors have actually already been created, so they don't need to be checked, but we do want to take a look at the fonts. Here we can see that we do have the You Got It theme, which is Algerian for titles and Calibri. But what we know is Algerian is not what we want to have for this particular document. We kind of need a cleaner font instead of the one that's typically used for marketing materials. So we're going to go ahead and create a new one. Coming all the way to the bottom, we can create a new theme. We're going to keep it very simple with both Calibri and Calibri. So we're going to have the same font for both. And we're going to call this You Got It 2. Then we'll just click Save. Remember that the things that you see in your colors and your font sets as well as your themes may look a little bit different than mine. It depends on what's been done on your computer and what things have been previously installed. At this point, our theme is all set to go though, with the colors that were already set up, and now we've customized the fonts to be appropriate for this document. We'll use these theme components in probably more ways than we realize. Sure, they're part of our obvious choices as we begin working with things like fonts and drawing shapes that have fills or even smart art. But they will become part of more subtle choices like when we use lines or borders or format tables and charts. Because of this, making a good choice for your theme and its components are an important step and one that should be taken early on, at least in my opinion, so we get an accurate picture of the final output as we work. Some people change it later on, but I'm a very visual person, so I like to get all of these things set up initially so as I create the content, I can see exactly how it's going to look on the page and make sure that it's all going to be appropriate. It's a fairly quick step, but I think an important